Hello everybody, I am Elsit. I am an experienced IELTS teacher. In this class, I am going to show you some part 1 questions related to the IELTS speaking module. In IELTS speaking part 1, they will ask you questions related to your personal life, like where do you work, or whether you are studying, or what is your favorite food, what is your native language. So remember, you will have to give extended answer. You just can't give one word or two word answer and stop with that. That's not appropriate. The aim of this session is to assess your English fluency, your English communication. So if you just give a short answer, that will not be appropriate and they will not be able to assess you correctly. So to give an extended answer, you need to speak in complete sentences. Say for example, they ask you, where do you come from? You just can't say Trivandrum or Kerala. You will have to give a lengthy answer. Like you could say, I come from Trivandrum, which is the capital city of Kerala. It is beautiful and it is also a big hub for several businesses. So the examiner will be satisfied when you give a lengthy answer which is logically and grammatically correct. So let's see some IELTS speaking part 1 questions and answers.
Here I am showing you a sample IELTS speaking part 1 question. And remember, unlike reading and listening, in IELTS speaking, the examiner has the liberty to be flexible with the questions. That is, based on your answer, the examiner can modify or completely change a question. Now, here there's a question. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student? If you had answered that you work, then you will be asked work-related question. If you had answered that you are studying, then you will be asked study-related questions. And if they are going to ask questions on any other topic, they would first mention it. Like say, they would say, let's talk about television. Let's talk about your favorite sport. And then they will ask questions related to that topic. So before they move into a topic, they will first mention it so that you will be informed about what you're going to discuss. Now let's discuss some common questions that will be asked in speaking part 1. Where do you work? So let's do the analysis of this question. Where? They're asking for the location, the physical location of your workplace. And where do you work? So it's a personalized question. So your question should have a I or my. Then the tense you observe, where do you work? It's not where you work. So it's asked in simple present tense. And your answer should also be in the same tense. So you should answer the question directly and then you can give an extended answer. You can go a little off topic and talk about something which is related to this question. Now let's see some sample answers. I am a HR manager at Tata Consultancy Services in Chennai. I did my MBA in Human Resource Management at TAPME Institute in Manipal University, and I'm happy to have got this job with an attractive package and perks. So this is an answer which has directly answered the question. Also, there is an extended part to it. I am a HR manager. It is in simple present tense. And you've also told that you're working in Chennai. I did. Now here there's a variation in the tense. Now I did is past tense. First, when you said I am a HR manager, that is in present tense. And then you give an answer in past tense. I did. So this is in past tense. You vary the tense. And this is what is an extended answer. Attractive package and perks. So this is a good collocation that comes along with a good job. And was fortunate. So and is a suitable linker. So the examiner actually sees your vocabulary and the grammar that you've used. Remember, in speaking, you can go slightly off topic. Now let's see another answer. I work independently as a chartered accountant. I live in Pondicherry and work in an office near my house. I am planning to do my master's in economics next year, if possible, from the London School of Economics, which is a prestigious institute in the UK. So you answer the question directly in the beginning itself, that you work as a chartered accountant and you've given your location as Pondicherry. And then you are giving a future scenario as an extended answer. I am planning to. If possible, you used a conditional sentence, and which is a relative clause. Next, prestigious institute. So this is a good collocation for an institute of higher education to show that it has good standard. So when the examiner listens to your answer, they like to see you using good vocabulary, good grammar variety without having any mistakes in it. So it really doesn't matter what the content is. It is how you speak that is important. Now let's see some of the wrong answers that you're not supposed to give in your IELTS speaking. I taught physics in a higher secondary school. Now the question asks you directly, where do you work? That is your current workplace. For that, you need to give a current workplace. Or if you're not working currently, you can say, I am looking for work. And then you can give this as an extended answer that in the past that you taught physics in a higher secondary school. But you can't give this statement as a direct answer because this is not directly answering the question. You can give this as an extended answer. So when they ask you a question, where do you work? You can say, currently I'm looking for work. Currently I'm unemployed. Earlier I worked or I taught physics in a high secondary school. Next, I am working in SPIC as a branch manager. Now, I am working is wrong if you're in a permanent post. If you're in a permanent post, you'll have to use the simple present tense, which would be, I work in SPIC as branch manager. This is present continuous tense. I am working. This will only go for a temporary situation. Next, I am a stock market consultant. Anyway, you have answered the question, but you have not given the location. So it is still incomplete. If you are working from home, you can say, I work from home, or I have relocated, something like that. You need to give a location because the question asks you where you are working. Next, my sister works as a catering manager at Hotel Le Méridien. Now, the question is about you. Where do you work? So you can't give the work experience of somebody else. Next, I works as a pharmacist in Miyot Hospital. So this is wrong because the subject verb agreement is wrong. For the subject I, you will have the verb without the S. If you add S, it is wrong. Now let's see another IELTS speaking part 1 question. Which is your favorite food? Now let's do the question analysis. Which? Now which is a question word which is asking for your choice. That is, among a wide range of choices that are available, which is the one that you prefer? Next, your. So this is a personalized question. So you need to use the word I or my in your answer. Next, the question uses the auxiliary verb is, which indicates present tense. So you should tell about your choice of food at the moment. Now let's see some sample answers. I certainly like to have curd rice with potato fry. This is what my mom prefers at home, and we often have that for lunch. Earlier, I used to eat it only when I go outside, but nowadays we have it frequently at home. Now let's analyze the answer in more detail. I certainly like. Now, certainly is an intensifier. So this is used to emphasize that definitely this is the food that you like. And like, you're given the answer in present tense. So here also in the question, the auxiliary verb is was used to indicate present tense, and you have used the verb like in present tense form. Earlier I used to. So you have started a complex sentence structure here. Earlier, that's an incomplete clause, and then you have started a complete clause with I used to. And then you have answered with past tense. So this is an extended answer. Currently, you like curd rice with potato fry, and then you're telling something else in past tense, which is an extended answer. And you used a suitable linker. And you've used adverbs of frequency, often, frequently. This means how often you do something. So here the examiner is able to appreciate the different kinds of sentence variety and the grammar variety in your talk. Now let's see another sample answer. Chee roti with badam milk is the dessert I love to eat. It is a popular dish of Karnataka. Although it is mostly served in celebrations like marriage or birthday parties, we do have it at home as well. I first ate it at my aunt's house in Bajagoli and have always relished it since then. Now let's analyze this answer in more detail. Love to eat. Now here you paraphrase the word favorite using this phrase, love to eat. So examiner loves to see you paraphrasing the answer. They will give you marks for vocabulary here. Paraphrase means you are changing the words but not changing the meaning. Popular dish, relished. So these are suitable words to describe a favorite food. Although it is mostly. So although is a linker, and when you start a sentence with this linker, it forms a complex sentence. So the examiner can appreciate you forming complex sentences using appropriate linkers. I first ate. So here you're introducing a tense variety here. First, your answer was in present tense that you love to eat. And then you're giving an extended answer using past tense. Have relished. You use the perfect tense. That is present perfect here. As you can see, you have used a range of tense structures and appropriate vocabulary. The examiner will be able to appreciate this. Now let's see some of the wrong answers for this question. I loved Vadagari as a child. Now the question asks for your favorite food in the current time, not what was a favorite food in the past. I avoid chaat items which are too spicy. Now the question asks for your favorite food, not for the food that you tend to avoid. Next, my brother likes to eat Subway sandwiches with turkey breast and mustard sauce. Now the question is again about your choice, not about somebody else's choice. Now, these statements could be used to give an extended answer. That is, first you give a direct answer to this question, and to give an extended answer, you can use these statements. But if you're using these statements directly, then it is wrong. Now let's see another sample question. As a child, which place did you like to visit most? Adirampilli Falls was my most memorable tourist spot. I frequently went there during my school days in Chalakudi. It has a picturesque landscape with a lot of greenery due to the abundant rain it receives annually. So when you give an extended answer, you could go off topic. You can slightly go off topic, but give something relevant to what you said in your direct answer. Now let's look at this answer in more detail. Was my most, went. So you have responded in past tense because the question asks your past experience. Did you like? So you've given appropriate answer and you've used a superlative, most. Picturesque landscape, abundant rain. You've used suitable collocations for this answer. A lot of. This is a suitable quantifier. It receives. Now here you're given an extended answer using the present tense here. And you've used adverb of frequency, annually. So the examiner is able to see that you've answered the question directly and you've given a relevant answer. You have used the grammar tenses correctly and also appropriate vocabulary. If you have mistakes with your grammar and vocabulary, that will lower your band score. Now let's analyze one more answer for the same question. I often visit Golconda Fort as it is a magnificent piece of architecture. Being in proximity to my workplace at Hyderabad, I go there with my family. My children too enjoy walking along the border walls of the fort. Now, I want you to analyze this answer. There is a mistake with this answer. So just read it carefully and note it down. I'll give you some time. You see this answer, the sentence structures are correct and the vocabulary is also good. My children often visit Golconda. It is a magnificent piece of architecture, good vocabulary. Being in proximity to my workplace, you used a gerund, you used a good collocation, proximity to my workplace. We enjoy walking there. Now, in this question, the grammar structures are correct, good vocabulary is used. But the answer doesn't answer the question correctly. As a child, what was your past experience? So this question asks you for your experience in the past. But what you have done is you have talked about your children's experience, your family's experience in the present time. Now, this shows the examiner that you are having some problem with English communication, that you are not able to understand or comprehend the examiner's question correctly. So remember, you need to analyze the question carefully and answer appropriately.
Now let's do an exercise. Here I've shown you another IELTS speaking part 1 question. Tell me about your hometown. Now I've shown you a sample answer, but this answer has a lot of grammar mistakes related to English language. Now what I want you to do is, I want you to identify these mistakes and rewrite the entire answer using correct English. So I'll give you some time. Take a piece of paper and write the entire answer using correct English. Now let's check the answer. Now, where there are grammar errors in this answer, I have highlighted that in red. Now, this is the correct answer. Now, let me explain the mistakes here. I am coming from Amritsar. This shows that you're doing this action at the moment, or this is an ongoing action. Like you are coming from Amritsar right now. But actually, the question is about your hometown, which is your native place. And for that, you will use the simple present tense. See, the native place is a permanent situation. To tell a permanent situation, we will use the simple present tense, not the present continuous tense. I am coming. So it would be I come from Amritsar, because that is always a permanent scenario. Next, who is her? Now, who is a relative clause to refer to a human being. Now, Amritsar is a place. For a place, you will use the relative clause which, or also you can use at. Either which or that you can use for a place. But you can't use who, because it is only for people. Next, a important city. Now, important is an adjective here to describe the city. Now, it starts with a vowel I. So, in front of a vowel, you will not have the indefinite article a. So, in front of a vowel, you will have the indefinite article an important city. Next, it was famous for Golden Temple. Now, the Golden Temple exists currently. So, for something that is there right now, you will not use the past tense. You will use the present tense. So, it is famous. And again, Golden Temple is a specific temple. It's a proper noun, and it's not just any other temple. It is a specified noun. So, you have to use the definite article the. And then we are having. Now, here again, you're using the present continuous form. Say, for example, if I say we are having lunch, that means at the moment we are having lunch. Now, here you're telling that we are having many peoples. So, this is a normal trend or a usual trend or a permanent situation. So, for that, again, you will have to use the simple present tense. We have. So, we have is a simple present tense, and it shows that this is a normal that pattern that happens usually. Next, peoples. People itself is plural. Adding s is wrong. So it is people. And then visiting the temple every time. Now, every time is a adverb of frequency which you can use to for a personal situation. Like you could say, every time I go to Punjab, I visit the Golden Temple. But here you're talking about the people visiting the temple constantly. So you could change this every time to throughout the year. So this is one of many examples. So instead of every time, I've substituted that with throughout the year.
I hope you like this video. Please give me a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in another class. Thank you.